Good evening. I would like to call the Trotwood-Madison Board of Education Thursday, July 9th, 2020 work session to order, live stream via YouTube in accordance with COVID-19 recommendations at 5:30. Ms. Allen, will you please call the roll?
Yes. Mr. Andrews?
Yes.
Mr. Scares?
Yes.
Mrs. Jeter Freeman?
Yes.
Mrs. Bozeman?
Yes.
And Ms. Moore?
I'm sorry, you froze. Yes. The meeting has been called to order. Madam Vice President, will you please lead us in a pledge of allegiance? And everybody's on mute. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. I now need a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
So moved.
So I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any changes, additions, addendums? Being none, Ms. Allen, will you please call the roll?
Yes. Mr. Scares?
Yes.
Mrs. Bozeman?
Yes.
Mr. Andrews?
Yes.
Mrs. Jeter Freeman? Mrs. Jeter Freeman?
Yes.
And Ms. Moore?
Yes, the agenda has been adopted. Next item up, let's see, what are we? We're number 2, Treasurer's Report.
Okay, I have 3 items this evening. The first one is the approval, all information. The first one is approval of the meeting minutes from June 4th, 2020, June 18th, 2020, June 20th, 2020, and June 25th, 2020. And again, that is for information only. Under 2B is an approval of the advances and transfers for grant funds for FY20. And these are 3 funds that I would like to move from the general fund to the designated fund. And one is Title I, the other one is improving teacher quality, and the last one is school improvement. And the reason we're doing this is because we received credits from the American Express, because some of the trips and some of the charges we weren't able to do. So they gave us credit. So we have to repay back the grants. And so I need to move the general fund monies over into these particular grants. We will then use the credits to pay for other things in FY21. But since these were FY20 grants, we had to close these out. And by September, we have to submit a final expenditure report. So we needed to close that out. So I'm asking the board to do that. And the third item is the approval of adoption of OASBO 457 Deferred Compensation Plan as presented. And the reason I needed to put this on is because we did not have an AXA 457 plan. Our superintendent has that plan, and since we didn't have it as part of our group plan, I needed to add that. So I needed the board to approve that additional plan document. And so those were the 3 items that I had to present to you this evening.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Okay, being none, we'll move on to the superintendent's report. Dr. Cosby. You're on mute.
Okay, thank you. I have the first thing is the approval of the Montgomery County ESC 2021 agreement. And Ms. Allen, we do want to vote on that. Is that correct?
Now, tonight is just for information.
Okay, for both of these items? Personnel?
Yeah.
No? Okay. All right. And then B is approval of the personnel agenda. And that's it.
Okay. Are there any questions on Superintendent item A or B, board?
For the contract with ESC, Janice, can we, do we know if we're paying more, less, or?
We're paying about the same as last year, and we wanted to really reduce the total cost for this year, but because Dr. Cosby came in June, there wasn't time for us to go out and look for other psychologists or the speech therapists, so that we can start working on that in January, so that we can potentially hire those within, as opposed to using the ESC for those services.
Yeah, I think the other concern I had is they charge us for all Trotwood students that are physically located at their facility. And it is to make sure that those students still reside within Trotwood. So it's like a verification.
And
Okay.
yeah, we've talked about that, and realizing that every invoice that comes through, it goes to the secretary, then goes to the curriculum, Ms. Minor, and then the superintendent will also look at those charges just to make sure that we're not being overcharged by ESC. So I've sent out several emails to the treasurer there asking for different questions. So there was a question about $174,000 charge, and he actually responded back and said those were speech therapist services that were rendered for FY20. So we are asking those critical questions because we do not, obviously don't want to overpay anything.
Okay. Thank you. Any other? Okay. We'll go on down to treasurer's comments. Oh, I'm sorry. Discussion items. District survey, and I'm going to put these two together if it's okay, if it's the pleasure of the board. District survey and the 2020-2021 school opening.
Okay. I don't mind taking that one on. So far right now, we have put out a survey. We put out a couple of surveys, but we have the most recent one that'll give us the most up-to-date information. It just actually got online a few days ago, so we've given people till the 13th to complete that. So at this point, we are looking to get more information. We've been really getting good feedback so far. And a lot of that is all about the school opening. We've been working diligently on the school opening, and I will say that we're gathering the data, and we're looking forward to being able to share something with you soon.
Okay, thank you. Item 5, treasurer's comments. Ms. Allen, you're on mute.
I really didn't have any comments, just to say happy Thursday.
Okay, wonderful. Superintendent comments, Dr. Cosby.
Yes, I did want to say we have really been working hard on trying to prepare for the opening, and I wanted to give kudos to my team. They have really come together, and they're doing so well together that I just wanted to acknowledge that. I've been on board now for about a month, and I have to say I'm just so impressed with their work ethic. Even in some of them who aren't on contract anymore, have still been coming in, weighing in on this. People are coming in when they're on vacation. They're still, getting involved. And so I just wanted to say thank you to them. And I wanted my board to know that I'm very proud of my team.
Okay, thank you. Board comments. Mr. Andrews?
I have nothing this evening, at least at this.
Thank you. Mr. Scares, please.
I don't have any, with the exception of congratulations, Miss Mallory.
Ms. Jeter Freeman, please.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
My laptop is a little slow. I've not had to use it. But, congratulations, Miss Mallory. The only other thing I have is a couple of parents had a hard time navigating finding the survey on their cell phone. I guess a lot of people try and do that. So it didn't pop up right away. You had to stroll all the way down and it was kind of in the middle. But I did send them the link.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jeter Freeman. Madam Vice President.
I don't have any comments either. Congratulations, Miss Mallory. Glad to see you on the call.
And finally, same. Welcome to Central Office, Ms. Mallory, and congratulations, our new Director of Student Services. We are so excited to have you. Would you like to say a few words, Ms. Mallory?
Just thank you to everyone, and thank you for the confidence that you all have in me to doing the job. Thank you, Dr. Cosby, for the offer. I'm excited, and I've already been put to work, so.
I can jump in one second.
I know it's prorated on the personnel agenda, but I've already been put to work, so.
Well, exactly. Tracy, I have to say, everyone, I did want to give her a proper welcome, but when I asked, were we going to vote on what's here? And they said, no, next time, I thought it wasn't official and I did not want to, I don't know, spoil the surprise or whatever. We'll do it again, Tracy, as well. But welcome. And when I said my team is working hard together, she has been a part. I mean, you get the position one day and the next day you're at work. and you have really added to the team, and I truly appreciate you. And so I apologize for not saying anything. At first, I was confused about the way this works.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, Dr. Cosby, this is such a loose meeting tonight, and the announcements have already gone out, and Ms. Mallory's here. So again, welcome, Tracy. Next up, I am going to need a motion to adjourn into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, or the investigation of charges or complaint, licensee, or regulated individual per Board of Education Policy 0166 and ORC 121.22 G1 and B to discuss details relative to the security arrangements and emergency response protocols for a public body or public office, or ORC 121.22 G6. Official action may be taken.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion, the second question. Being none, Ms. Allen, will you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Scarce,
Yes.
Mr. Andrews,
Yes.
Mrs. Jeter Freeman,
Yes.
Mrs. Bozeman,
Yes.
and Ms. Moore.
Yes, motion passes. We will now move into executive session. It's 5:44 p.m. I want to thank everybody for being here with us this evening. I would ask for the superintendent as well as the treasurer to remain for the executive session, and we'll go from there. Thank you all so much and have a great evening.
Good evening.